Hey everybody, it's Evil G from MetalRules.com. I'm here with Alice Cooper guitarist Keri Kelli. How you doing?
What's going on, my brother? How are you? How are you?
Welcome to Newfoundland.
Newfound land, I guess, huh?
Exactly.
Well, we made it.
You had a fun drive here?
Oh, well, it took like 2 days, but we made it, right? You know, we had to get on the ferry and blah, blah, blah. Hey, we're still alive. Still alive.
We're here on the stage where you're going to be playing tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get down to the interview, you're going to give us a little tour of your set and some of your guitars.
Let's check it out. Yeah, look at this. Smoke works.
Is it flavored?
Yeah, let's check it out. I don't know. Cotton candy? Oh, it just smells like smoke. So that's basically the biggest effect that we really have in the show is the smoke.
The blood is gone, I hear, and it's mostly confetti these days, right?
Oh, no, there's still some blood in there. There's still some blood.
But you don't throw it out.
Well, I think Callie does a little bit, but, you know, it's not that bad. So check it out.
All right. Alice, you've previously been in a band with Brian Roxy,
right?
Guitar player. So what did that connection help you land your spot in Alice Cooper?
Well, I guess kind of. You know, I mean, I kind of known all the guys in the band, you know, I guess in the 90s anyway, you know what I mean? So how it worked out, it was kind of a strange thing. Around 2000, they were going to possibly need a guitar player to fill in because of Eric Dover had some personal things that were going on that he might have to leave the tour at that point. So they brought me in and I learned all the songs and learned the set, you know, came out for some rehearsals and stuff to see all the theatrics and shit like that. And then they didn't end up needing me at that time because of what happened. It was like after the tour ended or blah, blah, blah. So I've been kind of in a loop for like 10 years and then just like, I guess 3 years ago they just called me up and said, hey, you want to be in the band? You want to come down? I said, yeah, sure. Sounds kind of weird, you know, but that's how it works sometimes. I think they had a couple of people, but like Brian Nelson, who's Alice's like main guy, and Eric just told him like, dude, we don't even have to do this, just get Keri in the band. And so it's, I mean, people always ask me like, you know, how'd you play with this band or how'd you play with that band or what happens? And it just, I don't know. People just call you up one day and the phone rings and it's like this guy or that guy. Hey, you want to play? Yeah, sure. You know, kick Eric's drums and, you know, hit the cymbals or, you know, basically just try and fuck him up. Sometimes I even play the drums. Sometimes I play them, they're pretty cool. You know, like push him off. No, but no, we have a fun little drum thing that we do, so it's really kind of neat. But here, come on back this way. Come up through here. Baby stuff. Kyler, he's guitar tech over here. Jason stuff there. Chuck stuff. Chuck's guitars. Alice's secret stuff. So let's go over here. Oh, it's all secrets. It's all secrets. Oh, it's Paul Bassett, best drum tech on the planet. You could ask him. He'll tell you.
Yeah. Ask Eric.
Right? Yeah. Well, Eric doesn't. Don't ask Eric because he doesn't say that. You know? And here's Brian. Brian Satia, my boy. We've been doing stuff for like 10 years together, and he is actually the greatest. For me, he works great for me. Let's put it that way.
When was the last time you had to change a string? Not 20 minutes ago.
He had to change.
What about Keri?
I haven't.
You've forgotten how to.
You know, I change strings at my house, like if I have like some weird gig I gotta play, and I'm like, fuck, this is a nice.
Being a kid and like going on stage with Alice Cooper, like obviously you grew up as a fan.
Yeah.
And can you take us back to like, you know, the first time you actually went on a real stage and played with Alice? Was it kind of surreal? Was it like just, can you remember the moment or?
Well, I guess we were here in Canada, you know, because I had met Alice before, obviously when I was at the rehearsals and stuff from like in 2000, but we didn't really do much rehearsal because when I joined the band, they were in the middle of a tour. So they already had the set list and they already had everything was all done. I think I just rehearsed with the band for like 2 days, literally. And then we came here, I think like a week later and played, but Alice wasn't even there when we were rehearsing. So I don't.
I did the vocals when you played the songs.
We just did them like just sang the backup vocals.
Right.
Yeah. So just rehearsed for a couple of days, came out, next thing I know, it's like, you know, I don't even think I saw it because Alice usually comes like right before the show, like an hour before. So I don't even see him until like next thing you know, you're starting the fucking set, and there he is with all the shit on him. You know, he points at you, hey, you're all right. You're like, all right, let's go. You know. So it was cool. You know.
Yeah. Found the childhood fantasy being lived out at first, maybe. Or?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, I don't know. You know, people, that's another thing people always ask, like, oh, you played with guys, whoever, like Slash or this guy or that guy, these kind of like legend, you know, iconic people, and they are. But I never really got nervous or got anything. It's trippy. I don't know. I just start, dude, when it's time to start playing, I just fucking start playing and just do it. So maybe I'm wired a little bit differently. Maybe some people get nervous and stuff. I just go, let's do it, you know. So maybe that helps me out.
Over the years, there's been a bit of a revolving door of guitar players in and out of Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Do you have any, you know, are you looking ahead and saying, you know, I want to be a permanent guitar player, or is it, you know, you're just along for the ride as long as Alice wants you? Is it, what kind of situation is it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm here, as long as we're gonna keep rolling. You know what I mean? I mean, when Damon left the band, it was kind of like everybody knew he'd been working on this country band called Whiskey Falls. He'd been working on it for like a year or more, and they finally got a really good deal and a good opportunity for him to be in a band with a bunch of cool cats, and had great songs and had a great product and everything. And it was something where he could really, if it was going to really pop, it was going to work out great for him financially and as, you know, everything, his music business or whatever. He has a family to look out after and everything. So when that finally hit, that's when that happened. Then obviously that's when we got Jason in the band. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. But I'm here for as long as we're going to keep rolling, man. As long as Alice wants to play, I'm going to play.
Yeah, so look, so here's some of the guitars. Here's some of my crap. Some pedals and stuff and wireless units.
These Diamond amps, which I work with for like the last, I guess about 2.5 years.
Yep.
They're awesome. Actually, Brian actually works with the company too, so.
Are you endorsed by any guitar companies right now? Or?
Yeah, well, Gibson.
And well, Crafter Acoustics, what I use. They're really cool people. And actually, this guy Joey, whose father owns the company, used to work for Alice. Actually, used to work for Eric, and he sometimes still works for Eric as a drum tech for Kiss. Whenever I guess Paul can't do it or whatever, but so Crafter Acoustics, and then basically all these Gibsons.
All Gibson.
Yeah, except I do have this one Fender here. This guitar sounds really nice. I thought I'll use it on like Welcome to My Nightmare and things like that really more mellow, you know. We did a really cool
fretboard, I see.
Oh yeah, old school, dude. This is I've had this guitar for probably about 25 years approximately. It's a 74.
How many do you take on the road with you? Is that all of them, or do you take extras or spares?
I don't know how we do that.
We have 6 now, 5 electric and 1 acoustic.
Yeah, so all these guitars are really cool. Look at that. Oh, now we've got special secret lighting.
For A Long Came a Spider is the first for which you're touring, backing up an album for which you had a hand in, you know, helping out with writing and stuff like that. So what involvement exactly did you have into the album? I know you're credited in a few places, so tell us a bit about that.
To make a long story short, I mean, the process was like, we originally, when I first got in the band, Alice was talking about making a new record, and so I brought out my like little mini Pro Tools rig, dude, and I was like rocking, dude, I had like 30 ideas, and then you're working on stuff with the guys and everything in the hotel rooms and stuff, then we play it for Alice, and Alice would go, oh, I like that one, or I like that, or develop that one a little bit more, do this, blah, blah, blah. So we worked on them some more. And then after the tour was done, we re-recorded the stuff more in a proper demo state at a real studio, so it wasn't just like in hotel rooms and shit like that. And I think we had about 15 or 14 songs that were kind of completed, and then it turned out to where we couldn't get the record done in time. We were just doing demos, and then it was already time to start touring again. Then that tour happened, and then all of a sudden these other guys came into play. These producers, Danny, Saber, and this Greg guy, and at that point they had a bunch of ideas also, and they're kind of like these Danny's like a multi-instrumentalist kind of producer guy, where he plays piano and plays bass and blah, blah, blah. So he had a lot of stuff already kind of like his own ideas and everything. And so him and Alice worked a lot on the record, which is cool. And then we kind of just came in. It was more like a piecemeal kind of thing. It wasn't like a band jamming in a room. We kind of came in and did our little things for an hour here or an hour there, added our parts, you know, and then Chuck and I, and well, Damon had a co-write also, but Chuck and I ended up getting 3 songs that were the old demo songs that we got on the record: Killed by Love, The One That Got Away, and Killed by Love. Got those on the record, and I think they sound awesome, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, this is, well, I'll tell you something. So this is one of my main guitars that I play. This is a 79 Tobacco Les Paul. I play this a majority of the set. It's got a special Keri Kelli.
And are they all standard
Marker.
tuning, or do you have different tunings for the different songs? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we changed tunings on 2 different occasions, like on Frankenstein and in Vengeance Is Mine. It's just a drop D tuning, so it's pretty simple. That's cool. And then I play this Junior that I think just looks awesome. So I like to really come out, you know, it's cool.
Like one of our better sounding guitars.
Yeah, it sounds awesome, you know.
Cool.
And then I try to do my best Johnny Thunders or something, you know. I think I'm Johnny Thunders. Minus the heroin. And then we've got our Firebird with actual blood. Because my hands are always getting cut the fuck up. Look at it. I mean, this is just from the other night. And so actual blood. Cooper goes, yeah, leave that blood on there. That looks great. I go, all right. And this is customized with my boys' beer company, Stone Brewery. Arrogant Bastard Ale. They're the best from San Diego, California. Let's try and get that out here.
You mentioned The One That Got Away.
Yes.
I know you co-wrote that with Janie Lane.
Yes.
Of Warren fame.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a song that you guys had fully written and brought to Alice, or did you guys actually sit down physically with Alice and like write the song together?
No, you know, we specifically wrote it for Alice. That was around right when I got in the band, and Alice was talking about doing the record. I think we did one leg of a run. I think it might have been up here in Canada, whatever the time that was. I don't know, May or June or something. We got back. We had like a week or 2 off. And Janie, I go, dude, yeah, let's get some tunes together. You know, Coop's talking about doing a new record. So we wrote 2 or I think 3 songs actually, and that was one of them. So I came back, gave it to a couple of the management people, and gave a copy to Alice. Didn't hear anything for like months. Like Alice didn't say anything. I think then at the very end we were doing a run like right in towards the end of the year, like November. All of a sudden, like 4 months later, Coop goes, hey, I listened to that song. It's great. I'm like, all right, well, I didn't hear anything for months, you know? So then when we demoed those songs for real, that I was saying, all the songs we did in the hotel, that was one of them we did for real, with Alice singing and blah, blah, blah. And then it ended up being on the record, so. Yeah, but the song was, Alice changed a few lyrics here or there, but it's literally probably 90% of how it was in the state that we gave it to them, you know? We've got the pride of the collection. This is a 69 gold top, and this guitar was actually Mike Ness's guitar from Social Distortion. It was real guitars, so 69 Les Paul, gold top, off the chain.
Nice.
Definitely the best, right?
So you're working on a Keri Kelli signature model?
Yeah, I'd like to, but I don't know. I'm not Slash yet, so. I'm just happy that the guys are all cool with me over there at Gibson. You know, they're good people. I mean, literally all the companies. I mean, the Diamond guys are awesome. I mean, everybody, Morley and
Digitech.
you need help on everything, you know, when you're at this level. I mean, because people think, oh, these guys get all this stuff for free, or they get this or that or whatever, but it's really, the gear gets broken a lot, it gets used a lot, it gets bounced around and whatever, so we probably go through more stuff than an average guy playing locally, because the shit just gets so beat up, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so all the companies, you know, it's cool to have the support. There's a secret set list. Oh, here's my lyrics, so I can remember what I'm singing on Feminine Side, one of the new songs. Still trying to learn that one.
You got a cheat sheet for on stage?
Yeah, well, he just puts it out there on the monitors, you know what I mean? So it's like, whatever. Here's my little area. It's like filled with shit right now. But I'll come over here during, you know, in between the songs and get water and beer or whatever it may be, and blah, blah, blah.
The next part
Yes.
of you're in a band, Saints of the Underground.
Yes.
January.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the band in terms of what the plans are? You know, I know you got an album out. Is there going to be any possible touring,
You know,
live shows, that
Yeah,
kind of thing?
I mean, I really like to play, to be honest with you. I mean, all those guys are my brothers and stuff. I mean, Janie and I do a lot of work together, songwriting stuff, and, you know, I help them out whenever I can, playing and things like that, and Bob and Robbie also. But I know last year we were trying to put a few things together, and we couldn't get it together, and then the Alice stuff started picking up, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd like to play. I'm sure everybody would like to play, but at this point, I think it's probably going to be just more of a project kind of a band, you know. Hopefully, maybe next year we'll do another record. It's very simple. I mean, when we did that record, it was like, hey, okay, let's make a plan. We're going to have this, you know, let's do this band with these guys, and blah, blah, blah. Janie's came to the house and come over to my studio. We worked on stuff for 3 or 4 days. Came up with like 10 songs. And then we recorded, we did quick demos, and then we re-recorded them with like Bob on drums and everything, and then the record was fucking done. Literally, I mean, we finished from the real tracking of that record, real drums, bass, guitars, and vocals, I think it was like 10 days completed. Janie did all of his vocals at my house in, I think like 2.5 days, like 2 full days, and then like Dave was touching some stuff up, and that was it. So, but it's cool. I thought that record was great because I think it kind of sounds, to me, I think it sounds fresh and exciting, and I don't like to do things too much, to be honest with you. And Blaine's on that same page too. I think if you always try to work on shit, it kind of gets not as fresh and not as exciting, you know? So we really did that. It was really like just a boom, 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 and exciting feeling, writing the songs, just recording them, getting that idea right on tape, you know?
Another previous band you were in is Dad's Porno Mag, which
Yes.
is with the Exiles.
Yeah, with Ryan, yeah.
With Ryan. I know on your website you're still selling what is called the last pressing of the album you did.
Yeah.
Is there any plans to, you know, do a one-off with him again on something like that
Yeah,
band or
we've
band?
talked about it many times. I mean, I was just talking with him like a couple of weeks ago, to be honest with you, about another project. So he might come over maybe in January or February or something like that and work on another project with he and I. So I don't know. You know, he's kind of been out of the loop for the last, obviously, 3 or 4 years since he's not in this country, or not in, I guess, North America, right? Because we're in Canada. But no, I'd love to do something again with him. And like I said, we probably will at the start of the year. But yeah, those Dad Porno Mag records, they're just like, I had like a few sitting there, like a box of like 50 or 100 of them. And I'm like, well, they're just sitting there. I guess I should maybe let people, because I asked Ryan, I go, hey, are these available or anywhere? And he said no. So I go, oh, might as well, people want them, take them. So. But yeah, we hope to do something.
One question related to your relationship with Alice. Every
Yes.
time you see an interview with Alice Cooper these days, interviewers are still amazed that, wow, Alice is a Christian. Wow, Alice
Right.
likes to play golf.
Right.
Wow, Alice, you know, he's not this, you know, he plays a character, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Still people today are surprised when they hear this, I guess, because they, you know, it's new to them and they don't follow who he is. They just
Right.
think of him as, you know, some prince of darkness.
Yes,
kind of
it's the scary guy.
and,
Yeah.
you know, that's just the character on the stage. So
No, of course.
before you were in the band, did you have that misconception that, you know, maybe he was like, you know, some crazy evil guy, or did you kind of floored when you met the real guy behind, you know, Alice Cooper?
I never really, thought of him as some kind of, I knew that was the character, and I knew it was a character anyway, you know what I mean? But, I knew he had, in the 70s, you know, the bouts with all the, you know, the demons,
Yes.
what they call, you know, the drinking and the blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I knew he was sober, and obviously when I had met him 10 years ago, you know, he was just a normal dude, you know, standing there and stuff. So, I was kind of prepared for that, you know what I mean? And I knew he was a Christian dude and did his thing. So it wasn't really too shocking to me personally, but I think a lot of people, you know, don't know his personal side. They just think it's Alice Cooper, the scary guy, you know?
Right, yeah.
So, but no, he's a great guy. I mean, he's an awesome dude to work with and play with, and treats everybody the utmost respect, the whole team. I mean, I think we have like 20-something people. A lot of people have been with him for, like 30 years plus, and, you know, it's an awesome organization. They really do treat everybody good, you know.
So he doesn't dictate any certain behavior type things to the band. You know,
Never.
you guys, you know, don't be drinking.
Never, he's never once said anything. I mean, you know, to be honest with you, you know, I like to drink a lot of cool beers and stuff like that, but we don't, you know, even if we have some beers, you know, whether it's before the show or after the show, specifically when we're on the bus, say, riding and playing poker or whatever, you know, he does not, we don't try to go too crazy. We're not kicking windows in and fucking falling down and acting like idiots. I mean, you know, we're not like we're 20 years old either, you know, so, I mean, we know where the boundaries are, but he never says anything. You know, we have, you know, a bottle of wine or a few beers or whatever, no big deal. You know, because I think he knows that we have respect for him and we know the boundaries, you know.
And that's pretty much it. Let's see what the stage looks like now. Looks like we've cleared it of a little bit of smoke. Yeah, there it is. Paul Bassett, hard at work. Hardly working.
So what's next for Keri Kelli besides doing this tour?
Well, we have a new little project that we're myself and Chuck, our bass player, is working on. It's going to be pretty cool. Our boy AJ, who's a singer from Lit, the band Lit. I've known him for like 20 years since we were both little kids from Orange County. You know, he's going to be singing on it. Obviously, myself, Chuck on bass, Mickey D from Motorhead on drums,
And King Dunn.
Yeah, there you go. The king, baby. No presents for Christmas. And it looks like I've talked to Scotty Hill, playing some second guitar and stuff also. Yeah, when we were in Vegas, they were out there too. And I said, yeah, this project, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, rock sounds great, blah, blah, blah. So we're looking forward to maybe getting, I don't know what's going to happen with that project, but getting that going. Maybe a special show around New Year's. Maybe some stuff in January, February where we have time off.
Name on the project? Or?
Well, we have the tentative name on it is just like the beer company, my friend's beer company, the Arrogant Bastards.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, you know, a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I mean, all the players are very cool, you know. And at first it'll probably start off like kind of like a jam band, you know, play, you know, some Motorhead stuff, some Lit stuff, some Alice tunes. So obviously Scotty's there, we'll play some Skid Row, and then a few other cool songs. Maybe we'll write a couple of songs. But I think that's what it's going to start out as, you know. And then have people come out and jam with us, maybe, you know, try and get Slash down, hang out. And then AJ's friends with all the Lit, or it's not the Lit guys, but the No Doubt guys. They're like, so get Adrian to come down, jam some drums, blah, blah, blah. So kind of do one of those dealios. But really try to make it fun, just have a good time with other dudes outside of playing with the same people. I mean, that's really what I like to do. That's why I love playing with Skid Row, I love playing with Alice, I love playing with Janie. It's cool to play with different musicians because it's just not the same stagnant thing over and over and over, you know?
Yeah, I've seen your resume, so to speak, of bands you've played with, and it's like, man, we could have a 3-hour interview here going on about every band you've ever been in, which would drive you crazy.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, that's the weird thing. People always ask, oh, how'd you do this or how'd you do that? I mean, I don't know. I just, like with the Skid Row thing, I was literally just woke up one morning, it was a Thursday morning, my house was like, watching TV or whatever the fuck I was doing. The phone rings, you know, and those guys, Rachel's like, hey, can you come out, or we have these shows, you know, can you help us out? Next thing I know, I've got like 17 songs to learn that day. Flew out the next morning like 6 a.m., played the show Friday and Saturday night, and then, you know, been trying to help them out here and there ever since, man. So it's like, wow. I don't know. Just wait for the phone to ring. Could be ringing right now. That was the same thing that happened with Slash, too. I mean, I was actually out playing with Warrant, and they called up and they go, hey, where are you? I'm in Alabama or something. I don't know where the fuck I was. And they go, when are you going to be home? And I said, I'll be home in like 2 weeks. Okay, call when you get home. Called, came over to the house. Hey, you want to play? You want to jam like tomorrow or whatever? I go, yeah, sounds great. Brought my amp down, jammed, and then, you know, had it all set up in Slash's house. He had like a basement studio. And then I told Adam, who was Slash's tech, he's kind of there all the time. I go, hey, okay, well, I guess I'm going to load my amp up now. And he goes, no, don't worry. Just leave the amp here. And I go, all right. And then that was, left the amp there for 2 years.
So there's no such thing as downtime in your world. There's always a musical project, always a show, always songs to learn.
Yeah, for me, I'm always trying to do something, you know? I mean, the other side of it, like I told you, especially with Janie, I do a lot of recording and writing. So we're always writing shit for like, I mean, anything. You know, movie stuff, B-movies.
Asian Cody Banks was it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Or like we're working on some stuff for some Disney artists right now.
Right.
You know, just anything. You know, because it's got to keep moving, man. The music business, man.
check, no sound check.
Alice don't need a sound check.
We sound check about once a month, to be honest with you. No, because
The
everything's...
opening band is a sound check.
Yeah, well, everything's completely set up, and we have all of our own, you know, rig, our monitor desks over here, and then the front of house, and all the monitors are the same every day. So it's once it's kind of set, it's set. You know what I mean? Unless there a change has to be made, you know. So we just do it. Here's Alice's little. Here's his cheat sheet, so we know, or he knows where we're at, and we know where we're at. You know what I mean? We're in St. John's,
Good
Newfoundland.
evening.
Yeah, you know.
Where am I?
And here's his little lyrics. Kind of helps him out too, you know. A lot of lyrics to remember.
Yeah,
And that's about it. Here we are. What is this place called? Mile
Mile
1?
1 Stadium.
All right, Newfoundland. Be rocking
can
this
say-
sucker later.
The proper way is Newfound
Yeah.
and then land.
I like to say Newfoundland. Jamie.
Some native beer.
Native beer
Newfoundland beer.
for Keri Kelli.
Needs to go on ice though.
Yeah, let's get the ice going ASAP, man. Thank you, James. Yeah, see, like, we get, I guess, I don't know if they've done all this, but I'm gonna put it here for me. Everybody gets, you know, all their own shit that we like Chuck gets his, oh, here's the shrimp, which I love too. All the other crap in there, Red Bulls and blah, blah, blah. Chuck gets Budweiser beer, but I usually, well, I like to get like,
Local stuff.
all the time, a 6-pack of whatever they have.
Yeah, I've
you know
read
what
a
I mean?
couple interviews and it mentions you.
Yeah,
You're
into
a bit
the
of a beer connoisseur.
Oh, I love it. I love
and
it.
sushi, I believe, was the other.
Beer
thing.
and sushi. Look at this. I don't know what these really are, but I'd be scared to eat them just because they're homemade. No, because you never know. Because you know, not that anybody's going to try and kill us, but usually they'll just throw that crap away because you never know. You know, it's better to have the shit all pre-done. We got our wine. That'll go down easy. Callie has wine in her little room. You know, she has a Callie has a separate room or something. We got our stuff here. Like blah blah blah. Clothes from last night they washed, and that's pretty much. Our big ghetto blaster. Let's see what comes on when I get going. I have a feeling it's going to be ZZ Top or Social Distortion.
That's what you put on before you buy it?
Yeah. Oh, and it was Social Distortion. Well, the metal rules.